Hello, each and all, and welcome to another fun-filled adventure of Geek v Nerd, where you get to decide who is a geek and who is a nerd. So, to jump real quick, we're gonna talk about the giveaway. Gonna give it another week because submissions have been coming in fast and furious. I'd like to thank y'all. So, by this next week, Chuck and I are gonna kind of stop paring it down. We'll decide the winner. We'll announce it on next episode. And I think what we might do, seeing the engagement we got from this, as the next giveaway like this we have is get some audience participation. Like have y'all jump in on this too. Help you decide the winner.
Absolutely. And as always, we are your host, Chuck Watts.
And I am D.
And we are bringing you this new relaunched Geek vs. Nerd, which we're very excited about. The engagement we've been getting on TikTok and YouTube already is crazy. Thank you guys to those fans. We absolutely love you. So our last episode we did be sure to check out is our Deadpool spoiler review. It's on the YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. It's everywhere. Be sure to check that out. We had a blast filming it. This week, we're going to be going through some of the D23 news, as well as talking about Avengers Doomsday and what we've heard from our insiders. So we definitely want to get you guys the news on that. But starting off, we want to continue this new segment now, which is Why is Thor Crying? And I have two reasons why Thor is crying this week, Danny. So bear with me one second here. Number one reason why Thor is crying this week, and it is because of the Umbrella Academy Season 4, a.k.a. the final season. One of the worst things I have ever watched in my life. It took a comic that I absolutely loved and desecrated all over its corpse. Now, Danny, you know how I feel about this show, so take this statement for what it means. Elliot Page has the best storyline of the season. That's how bad it is.
Nice.
So definitely that's the reason why Thor is crying for me. But now the other reason why Thor is crying is for those of you that live under a rock and didn't know, the Olympics were this past week, where breakdancing became the first time Olympic heads up. And I got to tell you, man, this is one of the worst things you will ever see in your life. And it's like when you watch two girls, one cup. It's very much in that vein where it's like you have to pass the trauma on to someone else. So we're going to get a live time reaction right now to Danny seeing this happen. It's going to be amazing. So here we go. And
2 centuries ago, mill workers here started a movement against sweatshops and organized the first ever union of women workers. Now, rideshare drivers in Massachusetts can make...
Get ready.
Welcome to our YouTube. For this, please like and subscribe, guys.
Could you see the screen?
Yeah. Okay. All I know is that this looks like this is the first time this is being done.
Yeah, it's so bad. Here we go.
Show off their breakdancing skills at the Olympics. It's a pretty smart move by the organizers to attract a younger audience who might think the
Younger audience. This was...
Oh, yeah.
Olympics are boring. During the Paris Olympics, quite a few memes popped
in the 80s.
up. But one of the funniest and most popular right now is about an Australian
they put that dude on the
breakdancer.
Oh, and then there's the sound it makes. Where's the cardboard?
Bro, she couldn't do any move.
Ray Gunn, the stage name of 36-year-old Australian breakdancer Rachel Gunn. Gunn is also a professor at Macquarie University. She's been into breakdancing since 2008, so she's been doing it professionally for almost 15 years. But Ray Gunn didn't make it past the day's event, scoring 0 points in...
Oh my God. So the reason why I had to bring this up, Danny, is because you know we love our Australian brethren, okay? But I don't agree with how that went down. How did you make it through the rounds necessary to qualify for the Olympics, or was there just none and you're the only guy that showed up? And number two, if you know anything about breakdancing, you know the Asians win it all the time. The Asians are the best breakdancers. What in the Australian fuck was this chick's mind just so sunbaked?
I saw who went to the Euro Song Extravaganza, so
Oh yeah, they did create Eurovision. All right, so yeah, I guess there it is, guys. That's been this week's edition of Why Is Thor Crying? Be sure to check it out here every week on Geek vs. Nerd. Alrighty, moving on, Danny. We got some big announcements at D23, which is kind of replacing the Hall H for Disney going forward. So we got our first trailer for Daredevil Born Again. And we got a new look at the black suit, which I sent you a
he's
picture
rocking
of.
the black and red suit.
So tell us what that suit means to you.
His costume. They even made the mustard and red look. Every one of those costumes looks good. Like, it is non-stop.
And we got our first look at John Bernthal back as the Punisher. Vincent D'Onofrio has dropped a ton of weight. You can tell he's rocking a little bit of a fat suit. But very excited for that. It's already been renewed for season 2. For X-Men 97, we got some big news. So number one, they will be wearing the Grant Morrison suits for season 2. I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
So X-Men confirmed to appear X-Men or characters going forward are Sabretooth has been confirmed. Havoc has been confirmed. Polaris has been confirmed. The villain Danger has been confirmed. So interesting to see what they do there. Very excited for that show.
And a transition to X Factor.
We also got a glimpse of the new Marvel animated show, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, about Tom Holland's Spider-Man the first year. And it's making a huge change to the canon. So apparently we're going to find out in Spider-Man Friendly Neighborhood that he got bit when Venom came through a Doctor Strange portal fighting Doctor Strange. I don't understand why. So Doctor Strange is going to appear in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man along with a Venom symbiote. Who it possesses, we don't know. But it's just like, why do you feel the need to shit on that lore and try to like...
So I think Spider-Man should be left alone how it was. I mean, you should have done better with your own business if you wanted to. You can't. Now you're changing the entire thing. So now Spider-Man comes from Venom and vice versa. Okay, that's just lazy. So we're back to lazy writers getting work.
We also got that the Marvel Zombies series will be rated TVMA. It'll be 4 episodes. What If Season 3 will be the final season of What If, which I think is a mistake. We also got confirmed that Moon Knight will appear in What If Season 3. And then on to the Pixar side of things, they announced Toy Story 5, Toys versus Tech. They announced, they released a first image of Johnny Storm in the fucking Fantastic Four suit. And I'm sorry for swearing. That's my one swear so far. I'm going to keep it family friendly. It's not a great suit. I don't like it.
The What If show's pretty much stopping because Marvel, the MCU, is now becoming a version of What If with what they're doing with Doctor Doom and everything. So they're transitioning from the animated to the movies.
Okay. So definitely excited to see what they do with that. What did you think of the Johnny Storm suit, though?
I just don't like Johnny Storm. I don't like the look of him. So
he's got those weird frosted tips.
I mean, I'm okay with the. It should look sweatery. It should be 60s kind of sweatery looking uniforms. Look more textured, more fabric than all the up-to-date stuff. Like, let them get those blue, those just clean blue with white. Let them get that after. Like, this is their first year. They just start. Like, give them something that you already know is going to get chucked in the trash heap halfway through this movie into the next one.
Yeah, excellent. Along with other announcements, we got Zootopia 2 Inside Out 3, Toy Story 5, Frozen 3, Avatar 3, Fire and Ash. They're continuing to just rip off The Last Airbender. And the big announcement was The Incredibles 3, which I got to honestly ask the question, do we need The Incredibles 3? Incredibles 2
Unless
was
it's
not
going to
that
be the
great.
kids taking over and doing stuff now. We've
Well, I mean,
seen the father, we've seen the mother, so now let's see the two older kids.
fuck that. And I want to see the kids having Jack on the team. Like, they need to age Jack up. You can't have this kid have every power under the sun and not be able to use him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the older two need to be go. They do their thing, and then they have the younger brother who can do it all as they're trying to kind of show him the ropes and like, dude, you just need to.
This is why I hate you. I'm going to say frick you, Danny, because I'm keeping my swearing down. So frick you, because I was just like, oh, do we really need this movie? And then you just pitched the exact version of that movie I want to see. There's another van showing up. So you realize every time you do this, a new van pulls in.
Oh yeah, they're gonna think that you selling ice cream, so you are gonna get arrested. So
Dude,
he has like 5 vans.
Yeah, the other vans have like welcome packages for the new vans now. They're like, hey guys, Pixar, how you doing? Here's a cheese plate.
Here's your welcome packet. All right, okay. Here's a new set of headphones for you.
I'm telling you,
plug in our signal.
If you guys start listening after Chuck elevates in the garage, you're gonna get gold, man. Our whole Christmas party was Danny's TC pitch. I love it, man. So yeah, Incredibles 3 was like the announcement that broke everything. Also, they announced that at Disneyland they're building a villains park finally, which I guess people were super excited for. But the other thing we got was a good look at Red Hulk in Captain America: Brave New World, and I like the way he looks, man. If they do the heat effect right, this is going to look like it's done very well.
Yeah, this is the one thing. This is where you spend your CGI money on is Red Hulk. Like,
it looks
real
good.
Suits. Deadpool Wolverine showed you real suits, real helmets,
White eyes.
Budget for things like Red Hulk doing his thing.
So huge news out of all that, which was really exciting. So D23 definitely a success. They announced some Star Wars shows, but no one really gives a crap about those. So we are going to be moving on now to Avengers Doomsday talk. So this is, as you know from watching the show, we have some people on the inside at Marvel, and we get to share info ahead of time. And this is something we wanted to put on film now, August 11th, 2024. So we are a little under 2 years from the release of Avengers Doomsday. So let's get into some story details here, Danny, because I know you are excited about this as I am. So number one, I can confirm that with the exception of Captain America: Brave New World and Thunderbolts, every new MCU movie going forward up until Doomsday and Secret Wars will be set on Battleworld. We can also confirm that this version of Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom is trying to establish Battleworld as a way to combat incursions, saying that no universe can ever be incurged on again if he collides them all together into Battleworld. And he'll see his motivation as a Thanos style, where he's actually trying to benefit everybody. So
the incursion is a good. It's a fun storyline. It's good. Everybody fought. It showed Reed Richards. It showed some of his military prowess.
I've also got it on good authority. They are hardcore going after Tom Cruise to play a Tony Stark variant that gets killed by Dr. Doom's Robert Downey Jr. As a kind of way to develop.
I want to see the Maker. Okay, so
that's where I was trying to lead to. Tell us about the Maker.
Him into everyone knows the Reed Richards they want to see. Hold out hope. You may still see him. You just may see him as the Maker instead.
No, now let's get the van for Marvel all juiced up. Who needs to play the Maker?
I'm not going to say it.
I'll say it. John Krasinski needs to play him, and we make it so he survived the end of Multiverse of Madness with Wanda. He survived it.
It drives him insane, and that makes them say, "Oh, you know what? I'm going to fix all this. I'm taking everybody out."
I just got a thumbs up from the guy in the Marvel van. He's loving it.
Good idea.
They're just live typing it into the Red Room right now. Get Feige on the phone. We got gold again. This episode, by the way, not sponsored by Coca-Cola Zero because I'm trying to slim down, so I'm going zero sugar. So yeah, so thoughts on how they're going to do this with Battleworld, because you're the Marvel expert, and I know that Battleworld means a lot of things in the comic book lore.
Well, this is going to be encouraging. So it'll be good. You can bring whatever version of the character you want to have. So let's bring more Blade.
Oh my God, can we just talk about how on TikTok my Blade pitch is at like 7,000 views? So thank you to all the supporters on that. It's so stupid, and they didn't announce anything about Blade at D23, which I think is hilarious because that tells me they're trying to work.
We talked about Blade, the Midnight Sun, over a year ago.
Yep.
Like just bring him in, just leave that and let him roll with Midnight. And now you have everybody. You have Daredevil, you have Wolverine. I mean, you got Snipes talking about him and Reynolds like working together and all that good stuff. I mean, let's just do it. Just do Midnight Suns.
We will give you all the money.
Yeah, it's already been proven. If you make it, and they will come.
I mean, look at Deadpool and Wolverine hit $1 billion today. In his third week, he hit $1 billion. Now, I'm going to give you the polar opposite. It's a historical flop. If you had to take a wild guess, the Borderlands movie that opened this weekend, what do you think that opened to all weekend in the U.S.?
$2.
Not far off. It was projected to open north of 40 million. It opened to 8.8 million. Because everyone loves Borderlands.
Yeah, well, that was apparently that was the movie. The Borderlands movie that was made had like 10 reshoots and rewrites, and this movie was released after Barbie, after all these other things that were made after Borderlands. So even when it comes out, everybody's career arcs are different now than they were when they filmed the movie in the first place.
Dude, it's just hilarious to me to see movies like that flop. And then you look at Deadpool, which I think it's going to do 75 million in the U.S. its third weekend, which is insane. Like, those numbers don't happen, let alone for a rated R movie. The rewatchability factor is amazing. And I love the little things that I've picked up on. So did you ever see the commercials that Ryan Reynolds does where he has the fake twin brother that interviews him?
Mm-hmm.
So that brother's name is Gordon Reynolds. If you look in the credits of Deadpool, Nice Pool is credited as Gordon Reynolds. So it's like he got to kill his identical twin, which when you go back and you see him being super connected, oh my God, you rewatch Nice Pool in a totally different way, which killed me. Like, I saw that in the credits and I was like, no way. And then the idea that Headpool is the Deadpool from Wolverine Origins, because in the post-credit scene for that, his head's still alive. Like, just the little things that are coming out that are like, you're going to be able to watch that movie for years and pick apart little Easter eggs in different scenes and shit like that. And that, to me, is the best compliment you can pay a movie. Danny, here's a perfect example. You and I can both admit to this. We could today watch the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit trilogies and still pick up something new every single time you watch it. Whether it's a single frame or the way something's shot or someone in the background, you just catch it. And I feel like this is going to be one of those movies for years that people are just catching different Deadpools in the Deadpool core and all kinds of different things that are just going to make rewatching the movie that much more fun. The idea of his fake twin brother being Nice Pool already makes that character arc better to me. And if you've never seen it, folks, check out the Gordon Haywood interviews Ryan Reynolds. I said Gordon Haywood. Like he
retired this year. He finally hung him up.
So my first day working for the Celtics was the opening game where he just destroyed his ankle in the first 7 seconds of the game.
He had help getting his ankle destroyed.
It wasn't
by a jealous ex-teammate.
I couldn't watch it, but I knew how bad it was because the opposing team's bench ran away. Like they did the black guy, I gotta exit when something's crazy. And then his shit was just mangled. Joseph mangled them. Alrighty, so moving on, we got the Avengers news, which we want to thank a couple of our sources there. You guys know who you are. Thank you for getting us that info.
Let's not bury the lead that Marvel just kneecapped DC for any plans they had going forward as far as their Superman franchise. Because guess what you can't call it?
Doomsday. And they took the green too. Like
So now you're gonna have, maybe you can have pink and call it Cry Day or Sad Day.
And so Danny, do you have a corny hoe of the week this week?
No. Things are looking interesting. I just say, if you're gonna watch anything Marvel, I mean, Fantastic Four, whatever, Agatha, who cares? You know.
I do want to talk two shows that have just debuted that are amazing. I am absolutely loving Kite Man, hell yeah, on HBO Max. It's the Harley Quinn spinoff. Very good. But also the new Ninja Turtles show, Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, debuted its whole first season on Paramount Plus. So this is a continuation of the continuity introduced in Mutant Mayhem last year. This is incredible. So it's told as if the turtles are writing comic books about themselves. That's why it's that drawn style. So each episode is one of them on an individual mission, and then they'll also do episodes where they're teamed up. And you got to remember that in the new continuity, they established that they're going to high school now. They're accepted by people, which is something we've never seen in any turtle continuity. So that added dynamic of them being able to go to high school is so friggin' cool. And there's a joke they introduce in the movie that's continued here, where since they don't technically have last names, they're just splitting their first names into two. Like Michelangelo's school name is Michael Angelo, and they keep ragging on Leo because his is Leo Nardo. So like, hey, Mr. Nardo. And it's just fun. And then what they're doing with April, it's all the original voice actors from the movie. You can hear them growing up with the characters, and there's just something about what they're doing with this continuity that I haven't seen before that's really unique. So I want people to check that out. Fuck the Umbrella Academy, Kite Man, and Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are your sleeper picks of the week for me. Cue like the soundbite here, like such sleeper picks of the week. Like,
and I'll just go with Venture Brothers.
Hold on. I'll do my best, Venture Brothers. Testicular torsion is a thing that people cannot do.
Such, if you like Kite Man and you like Harley Quinn, you will love Venture Brothers.
Okay, so we're going to start Venture Brothers. There was a show we were talking about watching the first time together. I believe it was The Wire, right?
Yeah, maybe The Wire. The Wire is
I can't remember the show, but there was a show that neither of us had seen that we were.
Wired's like the thing. It's like this couple. There's a couple of seasons in there that is just a slog to get through. So that's why I haven't even started The Wire yet.
Dude, and we do want to remind you guys that in next week's episode, we will have the winner of the Deadpool Pop. Also, Danny and I, one of the cool things about this relaunch is we kind of get to experiment a little bit. So there's going to be added segments sometimes that we'll clip for their own little videos. There might be a couple of new trial podcasts that we try to work out some comedy ideas and things. And we want to get you guys to give us as much feedback as you can. If you see something that you're loving, one thing that I can announce now, Dan and I talked about before we went on air, we're going to be expanding a little bit into some gaming content with Twitch streaming. Now that I'm going to be stepping into the PS5 family, Danny plays several games on the PS5. He plays Marvel Strike Force, some great games there. So look forward to some gaming content on that side. Are you excited to bring that aspect of it here, Danny?
Oh, yeah.
And there's nothing funnier than watching Danny rage against the machine. That is.
Yeah, I have a thing about lazy devs. Don't make your game so that everything you do just goes and takes all the turns. You got to sit there and watch. Do better. Like, you're going to sit there and rate everything just so that there's double taunts and triple this. Don't put like 3 or 4 of the same character on there. That making it stupid. Oh, that's hard. No, it's not hard. It's stupid, dude. You're lazy. Like, get out of here with that. Make a puzzle.
All right, Danny, any stuff you want to touch on?
No.
All righty, that is going to wrap things up for this episode. We want to thank you guys all. Be sure to check out all the clips of this show on TikTok, full episodes on YouTube and Facebook, and we will be back with a new episode every week as a part of this relaunch. So for Geek and a Nerd, episode 3. I've been Chuck Key Watts.
And I've been D.
You guys have yourselves a week.
Oh. This is the shaky hand syndrome. Flipping.
Oh.